Good evening and welcome to Back to School Night, or to the day your child has enrolled at Kingsway and is in my junior English class this year. I am Mrs. Schoenwise and I teach Honors English 3, at College Prep English 3, and Journalism. And I'm going to tell you in this video a little bit about your child's work in my Honors English 3 class. So this is a little bit about me. I have been teaching here quite a while, and I've been a teacher for a long time. I love what I do. I also do some various other activities. If your child's interested in getting involved with the school newspaper online, they could see me for that during Smart Lunch or during the year. And you can see that I've done several other things. My daughter does attend school here, so I do feel how it is to be a parent and adapt to new technology and Schoology. So I tend to be very patient and understanding with parents as well as with students. I understand my daughter's perspective as well. So rest assured that you're in good hands. Okay, this year we're focusing on American literature. Students really like this. They feel they can relate to it strongly. We do still focus on quite a few classics. What do they need for this class? Pretty much their Chromebook, pen, pencil, note cards, and Post-it notes we do use for close reading. A notebook if they want, but it's really entirely up to them how they choose to organize themselves. At this point, they're juniors, they're honors, they need to start being more independent. They will need to have internet access from home for their Chromebooks because quite a few assignments, especially the writing assignments, are online. And if there's anything else that you can give them to make them focused, you know what works best for your child at this point. Here are the main works. We have started with The Great Gatsby already. We may not get to A Raisin in the Sun, but it's usually a good way to end the year. We go over a lot of famous speeches, poems, and short stories. They do a research paper, which I'll talk about on the next slide. So vocabulary, I'm a big believer in understanding how words are used even before they approach the text. I do pull all the words from the text they're reading, but I feel like they need some knowledge before they even read it because context clues aren't always readily available. And there is a great deal of vocabulary on the SAT, so I really try to work hard to help them understand it. We do have some grammar, and we definitely work on MLA formatting. All of their quizzes in here, when we are talking about book reading, are close reading quizzes. If I give a reading check that's just based on did you read last night, that's not a quiz grade. It's part of an ongoing quiz grade. I'll usually give maybe 5 or 6 reading checks, and that will count as one quiz grade for my honor students just to see if they read what they were supposed to for homework. They do a literary theory paper on The Great Gatsby. They do a research paper on a global or country problem. They have to find the best solution. Last year I had some really good papers on the expense of college, solving the unemployment crisis. They did a really good job on a lot of different things. They compare and contrast poetry and famous speeches and the themes in them. They write narratives with vocabulary words. They might even write one and be a character that's in a work of fiction. And they do argumentative and explanatory papers. Junior year has a lot of writing. The grading is what you're used to. This is what's current in all language arts classes throughout Kingsway. Just want to mention the reassessment policy. For me, as long as they've done their homework, they can retake anything under an 83. They do have to come in during Smart Lunch. It is on their time. They can make an appointment with me after school or in the morning if it's really difficult for them. I also have a study hall class 2 or period 2 that they could come in and make up work as long as it's their study hall period. That would be fine. Turnitin.com. At this point, you've seen the neon green plagiarism policy and signed it. We use this for all of their papers in English, except the ones that are just written in class. but anything submitted online, we will use Turnitin.com. As far as Schoology goes, I just want to say that you can find most of the information on the student course, what they're doing in class and everything at the top. So I try to every week, I do a weekly rundown so the students can see what they have for the week. They also see birthdays. And then I also do a daily agenda. So if you click on that, they can see what happens today. I always put what day it is. So students, hopefully they're using this. They usually don't ask what are we doing in class today because it's on the board. But that is a help to you as well. Here are some other things on the next slide that you can do to help your child in my class. How can you help your child in junior year? Just keep track of their grades, but don't go too crazy if they do have a 0, because when an assignment is missing in Schoology, we put missing and it shows as a 0. That is just so the students make it up. It is also so that, in a way, parents see it and do nag their child. I know for me last year, this was especially helpful with my own daughter. I could see exactly what she'd done, what she hadn't done, and I prefer that. So, but keep in mind, it is only a placeholder. Students can always make up quizzes and tests, and they can get partial credit for homework when it's late. And they can get full credit for quizzes and tests as long as it's not an ongoing rating assignment that they've had weeks and weeks to work on, and then suddenly they don't have it done and it's a week later. Then I would have some kind of penalty. Ask them about what they're reading in class. Talk about it. That helps them understand it better. Know the dates of the SATs and other important tests. I put the link here on my slide. There is an assessment place on the guidance website where you can check all the things that they need to be assessed on. The next assessment coming up is October 26th. They're going to be taking the PSAT in school. This is paid for by your tax dollars. You don't have to send any money in. Do attend College Information Night. I'm not sure yet when that is. I know it's coming up. They usually for juniors in the spring, but you're welcome to start early and attend either one. Learn about the Naviance program. This is where students upload all their information for college. They should have a resume there that teachers can look at. They should have their colleges chosen through this. This is where teachers will upload letters of recommendation. And it's always great for me when students ask for letters of recommendation at the end of the school year, and then I do them in the summer, or they email me in the summer, because what always happens to me is the middle of October, I have like 15 or 20 students asking me at the same time, and they need it right away by November 1st or whenever their early admission date is. So I would much rather do them over the summer. Plus, I had them the year before, and I could still think about them and remember. Once I get into the new school year with a new group of students, it's really difficult. So please have your students thinking about who they're going to ask by the end of the school year, and really be familiar with this college process. And that's pretty much it. If you have any further questions, I'm sorry this is a little small on the screen, but my email is shonwiseK@krsd.us. That's SCHONEWISEK. And my extension for the phone is 1584, but it's really easier if you just reach out in an email. Phone during the day, I really don't have access to. So that's pretty much it. I really hope your child has a great year in my class. I'm excited about being in person this year and seeing all of them, even though we still have masks, but I'm so happy to see them and just happy to be in the building with them. Have a great year. And again, if you need to reach out to me, please feel free to do so. Bye-bye.